Railroad workers allegedly caught lying on their timesheets.
Thousands of dollars allegedly stolen in the scheme. But is the punishment enough? News 12's Kevin VC is live in Lindenhurst tonight. Kevin, what are commuters saying about this?
Well, Macy, commuters are saying this is really the last thing the MTA needs right now, considering the agency's financial situation and how much it costs to get on the train right now. This is what we're talking about right here. These reports by the MTA Inspector General, which say supervisors, people who were supposed to be leading by example, were actually filing phony timesheets and making off with hundreds of thousands of dollars in overtime.
That's just awful.
That's the reaction from LIRR commuters after 3 of the agency's foremen were accused of saying they were at work while they were actually at home or running errands. One was even allegedly gambling in Atlantic City while taking a sick day.
It's just really not fair.
The employees were identified as Claude Barong of Carl Place, Mark Sparuta from West Babylon, and Dallas Bazemore from Queens, who took home over $360,000 in 2018. More than 3/4 of that was overtime pay.
Unfortunately, it's not surprising. It has happened in the past.
Gerard Bringman, president of the LIRR Commuter Council, says the MTA was vulnerable for fraud because the agency relied heavily on the honor system until recently. The Inspector General recommended possible termination for all 3 workers, but none were fired. Instead, they received 30-day suspensions without pay and were responsible for a few $1,000s in restitution.
And I thought they really needed to send a message with the penalties. 30 days without pay and restitution, that's getting off pretty light considering, what they did.
Well, a lot of people not happy after hearing this, Kevin. So what is the MTA doing to prevent future abuse?
Well, Rich, the MTA has rolled out new time clocks that require fingerprinting, and a spokesperson told me today that all LIRR track foremen are now using that system. There's also a 5-year plan in place that's expected to reduce overtime costs by nearly $1 billion. Rich, Macy.